Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Gerald Ramon is suing Butch Brillstone in the amount of $185. Mr. Ramon claims the defendant's son bullied his son into trying a dangerous stunt that ruined his bike.
In the matter of Gerald Ramon
Yes.
versus Butch Brillstone. And then I see two young men standing before me, Stevie Ramon and Curtis Brillstone. Is that right? These are your children.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And I understand, Mr. Ramon, that you're suing Mr. Brillstone. You want him to pay you $185 for the cost of your son's bike, and you believe it was his son's fault, the reason your child's bike is all broken up. Is that
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Okay, so tell me, I think I need to hear from the children what happened before I hear your theory of why he should pay. So if you don't mind, I'd like to hear from Stevie first. Stevie, how old are you?
I'm almost 11.
All right. So tell me what happened.
So Curtis and I were by a cemetery, and we were riding our bikes on a hill. And we come across this big one, and he tells me to go ride it. And he tells me if I don't do it, he's gonna pull my pants down.
Okay. He just said, ride the bike. You were going to do a jump over that mound?
Yes.
Did you know how to do that?
No.
How many kids were out there riding?
I think around 5 or 6.
Okay. So he told you to do this flip, or else he was going to pull your pants down?
Yes.
Wow. That would have been embarrassing if he had pulled your pants down, huh?
Yes.
And what happened?
My bike ended up breaking in the process.
Okay. So you broke the bike. Did you get hurt?
No, just scratched my palms.
But the bike flipped you.
Yes.
You were fortunate not to get hurt. All right. Now, Dad, how do you come in on it? Why are you here?
Well,
Why do you think Curtis is responsible, or Curtis' father, since he's the parent, should be responsible for the bicycle being damaged?
because Butch's son, Mr. Brillstone Curtis, manipulated my son into doing that jump, which damaged the bike that I paid $185 for.
Okay. So you think it was manipulation by Curtis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Let me hear from Curtis. Same with you, Mr. Brillstone. You weren't there. I think I'll let Curtis tell me what happened. Talk to me, Curtis. Same thing. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 12.
Okay. And have you all lived in the neighborhood about the same amount of time, or is this a new neighborhood for somebody, or what?
We've been in the neighborhood for a while. We're familiar with everybody.
Okay. All right,
We've
Curtis.
lived there longer.
Excuse me?
We've lived there longer.
So, okay.
They moved in after us.
You've lived there about how many years?
About 7 years now.
And you've lived there about?
3, 4.
Okay. All right, go on, Curtis. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Okay, so basically, we were at the cemetery, and there's this mound that all the other kids, more experienced riders, go on. So I was like, you should do that. And even he wanted to do it, but I didn't think he had the guts to do it. So I used Kelly as motivation. I said, hey, she'll probably like you if you do this jump. You'll probably impress her, because I was trying to pump him up. And apparently I was wrong. He couldn't do it because he went splat, and it was hilarious. But he was fine. I went to go check on him.
You checked on him. He was all right. So you used Kelly to impress him, or to try to motivate him to do it?
Yes.
Now, who is Kelly, the little cute girl around school that everybody likes?
Yes.
You like her too?
No, but I think she likes Stevie.
Oh, Kelly likes Stevie.
Yeah, I think so.
Why you think so?
They exchange glances.
You an inquisitor. You pay close attention, huh? So you trying to get him to impress Kelly?
Yes.
And you thought if he did that jump, Kelly may like him?
Yeah.
Oh. Did he tell you that if you jumped, Kelly may like you?
Probably, yeah, he did.
He did say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like Kelly?
Yeah.
Ooh, she's cute, huh? And you really wanted to impress her?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, did you tell him you'd pull his pants down?
Yes,
Why
because
did you tell him that?
a fear tactic that I saw on TV once.
Oh, a tactic you saw on TV.
Yeah.
Then what did you see on TV about pulling somebody's pants down?
Well, some kid says, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to pull your pants down in front of some other kids. And then the kid, of course, did what the other kid said.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
What do you think would have happened to him, Curtis, if he hadn't done it?
I would have pulled down his pants.
Oh, just like you said, huh?
Yeah.
He never lies.
Yeah, keep my word.
You'd have pulled down his pants.
Yeah.
And later,
Constantly sneezing as she was working on the model
Yeah.
and covering her mouth with her arm.
Well, she didn't cover her mouth either.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Gerald Ramon, who is suing Butch Brillstone for property damage.
What do you think the other boys would do that hang out with you if you hadn't done it?
Probably just ignore me, not talk to me anymore.
So you lose your little crowd that you hang out with.
Yes.
What do you think would have happened to him, Curtis, if he hadn't done it?
I would have pulled down his pants.
Oh. Just like you said, huh?
Yeah.
He never lies.
Yeah, keep my word.
You'd have pulled down his pants.
Yeah.
You think that would have been a nice thing?
No.
And you would have done that to embarrass him, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called?
Bullying?
You've heard about that?
Yeah.
You've read about that too?
There's posters at our school.
And you've seen that on television as well? When you try to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do, but you tell them that either you'll hit them, you'll take their money, you'll tell a lie on them, you'll say something that will embarrass them. There's all different kind of ways you can bully without hurting someone yourself. You understand that?
Yes.
That's a form of bullying. You shouldn't do that. Let me see. You sound so intelligent to me. I want you to think of another way you could have encouraged Stevie to take that jump.
I could have said some positive things like, I believe in you. You've been hanging out with us a long time. I think you've gained experience. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Now that was wonderful.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was a very good job. You've been learning. Dad's had a conversation with you since this incident?
Yes.
Dad, what you feel about it? Mr. Brillstone.
Well, you know, parents influence their children. And I may have influenced him the wrong way based on what I learned as a kid or growing up. But with this experience between the two and talking to him, I think we both learned that, you know, like you mentioned, there's many forms of bullying besides just physical.
Right.
So it's been a learning curve for both of us. We both learned from it and grown, and unfortunately, it's affected the kids' relationship between just the parents, which is unfortunate.
Because you told a lie on Curtis, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you tell your dad about Curtis?
I said that Curtis was on the broken bike.
You said you said he broke it.
Yes.
You didn't tell him anything about the fact that you did that jump, right? So what have you learned from this experience?
Not to lie.
What about if you don't want to, don't? If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yes.
And you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. So why are we arguing over the $185?
Well, that's because I feel like, even though my son is the one who actually crashed the bike, I feel like he was manipulated into doing it. He wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Curtis. Therefore, I feel like Butch, Mr. Brillstone here, owes us $185 for that bike. Actually, I already bought him a new bike, but I want him to pay this $185 that I spent on it.
I think he bullied him. No question about it.
That indeed.
And Curtis himself has acknowledged that that's a form of bully and that he could have encouraged Stevie to do this in a different manner. So I can use this as a moment to teach Curtis something and to teach Stevie something. So, Curtis, the court's going to order you, with the permission of your father, which I'm sure he's going to agree to, you're going to be Stevie's teacher. You're going to be his mentor on riding those bicycles and doing those jumps and flips. You're going to be his mentor. You're going to teach him the safe way to do it. You're going to teach him how to do it. Just you and him having some lessons. Sound good?
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
What about you? You think so?
Yes.
All right, we got a good thing going here. Let's shake hands, men. All of you. And now you got your friendship back, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody satisfied?
Yes.
Dad, Mom, Dad. Now you all are examples. So you have to know how to forgive and forget, and you're going to help these young men learn how to do this the right way. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think this would be much more fruitful than $185. What you think?
But the kids
you
come
all
first.
sit down and work it out.
All
You
right.
have something to say, Mr. Brillstone?
Well, we actually kind of talked about it, and we don't feel that we're completely responsible for it, but somewhat. So we already thought it'd be nice if we paid half.
Okay.
And he said he'd work it off, by doing chores.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, didn't have to pay for the whole thing, but live and learn and work it off. If that's all right with you.
Well, of course it's all right with me. Well, that's
that?
even better.
I think we've come to an agreement.
I think you have. I think it's going to be a wonderful relationship for the future and a good learning lesson. And you don't bully no one, Curtis.
Yes.
And you, Stevie, the same. Don't you start bullying anyone when you get tough on that bike.
Okay.
All right. I accept the offer, and Mr. Ramon accepts the offer. So the judgment of the court is that the defendant will pay the plaintiff $92.50, one half of the cost of the bicycle. So be it.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $92.50.
Hey, I'm sorry. I can't wait to ride bikes again.
I'm looking for it.
Coming up,
I finally saw the video that she posted. She made it seem like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do makeup. It just looked like a mockumentary.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Jennifer Brooks is suing Kimberly Taylor in the amount of $275. Ms. Brooks claims she agreed to create a makeup tutorial video with Ms. Taylor and says she never received a cut of the profits.
In the matter of Jennifer Brooks versus Kimberly Taylor, you're suing, the plaintiff, Ms. Brooks, is suing her for $275 for the cost of the proceeds from a makeup video tutorial?
I'm a professional makeup artist, and I went to this beauty expo to see what's on the market for makeup and whatnot, and then that's where I met Kimberly. And so we started talking, and I started seeing her social media and her accounts, and she had a good following, and at the time I wanted to build up my client base and start getting my name out there. So we started discussing over, ideas to make a video, and she told me that she was gonna post something on her Instagram. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be in your video, and we agreed to do that. And a couple weeks passed, and I went to her house, and she had a setup for makeup and all of that, and she had her vanity, and she had her videographer there, and 2 other makeup artists. But when I walked in, I noticed that I feel like I was the one that knew more about makeup than the other 2 makeup artists. I just felt like they weren't as knowledgeable with makeup. I just thought I was the most professional out of the 2.
You just felt that way?
Yeah, I just the kits that they brought and the kits that they had. This video was supposed to be something to, showcase my abilities as a makeup artist, to show people that I am a professional, that I know how to do makeup, to get a client, to get followers, to take me seriously for the makeup that I do.
Okay, so were you guys talking as you were doing the video? As the video was being shot?
Yeah, it was a tutorial. So
were you telling somebody something about what you were doing to your model?
Yeah, so what I was applying, the foundation, the mascara, the eyeshadow, the lipstick, all the shades, and all of that. Mm-hmm. So a couple weeks passed, and I finally saw the video that she posted on her page. She tagged me, she gave me the shout out, what she said that she was going to do.
And I fed you too.
Be quiet.
I finally saw the video, and I was mad because she edited it in a way to show she was mocking me. She made it seem like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do makeup. It just looked like a mockumentary.
Coming up,
And the videographer and I were just looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, for example,
How could you say that if I was just...
Because she's talking, that's how she can say it.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jennifer Brooks, who is suing Kimberly Taylor for $275.
Where's the video? So I can draw some conclusions.
It's on Instagram and YouTube.
and YouTube.
And that's where I'm supposed to go look at it?
Well,
You really think so?
no, Your Honor.
What's your take on it?
Well, she thinks I'm slandering her name when I really didn't.
So what's your take on it? Tell me what you did.
So we were filming and she was 20 minutes late, which that already irritated me. So I'm like,
not this.
okay.
The professional woman wasn't late. You're the unprofessional person, not her. She wasn't late.
I thought,
Were you late?
I wasn't late.
Okay.
I thought it was late. Anyway.
Go on.
So the more we started working, the more annoyed I got because I feel like she doesn't know what she was doing.
So now here's a whole lot of feeling on your part. She's like, she don't know what she's doing. And you're getting annoyed based on feeling. Go on.
And the videographer and I were just looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, for example,
How could you say that if I was just...
Because she's talking, that's how she can say it.
so for makeup sponge, the beauty blender, you're supposed to dampen it and then put foundation in it and then apply it. She didn't even dampen or like wet the sponge. She just like applied it all over
No,
the
I
face.
dampened
So
it.
basically the foundation is just like on the sponge instead of on the face. And then she kept sneezing. I don't
Okay,
know why.
but I was-
She
like
kept
allergic
what?
or something. Sneezing when we were filming. I don't
What
know
does
why.
that have to do with
Sneezing?
anything?
Yeah.
In people's face?
Yeah.
What does that
Like,
have to do with anything?
Like she didn't even do this. She was just like sneezing like, oh.
Constantly sneezing as she was working on the model?
Yeah.
And covering her mouth with her arm?
Well, she didn't cover her mouth either.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
If it was supposed to be a makeup video tutorial to teach people how to apply makeup properly, and you said she was doing everything incorrectly, why would you post it as a tutorial?
Because I thought it was funny and it was gonna attract more viewers and
No, you
fame and
made me
recognition,
But you
which
were
she
trying
did
to make
get.
a joke out of her as opposed to you just trying to make it.
No, I was doing her a favor.
No, you didn't do her a favor. You know that's a lie. You didn't do her a favor. You know good and well if you thought that she was doing everything incorrectly, if she was totally unprofessional, if she didn't know how to apply the foundation properly, if she didn't clean her hands, it was unsanitary, she's constantly sneezing, you know that would not help her. You posted that with the desire to shame her.
We agreed to.
You agreed to nothing. Give that woman back her money, $275, and take the video down.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to take down the video and pay $275.
I'm sorry for posting the video without your consent, but you did get followers like you wanted.
Yeah, but I got the wrong type of followers, and I'm glad you're taking it down.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.